In this video, we're going to talk about how to not niche down as a new creator. If you've been wanting to create content, build an audience, but you're not sure, or maybe you even disagree with the experts saying to niche down when you create content, then this video is for you. Hi there, my name is Shireen, and on this channel I explore topics on writing, personal development, and making money in a way that feels good, and I hope that you follow along. So there's 3 things that we're going to explore today about this whole not niching down world. First, we're going to talk about why it doesn't work for new creators especially. Number 2, we're going to talk about what to do instead. And number 3, we're going to talk about when it is appropriate to niche down. Let's explore why niching down doesn't work. The very first reason is that it's going to hurt you more than it's going to help you as a new creator. If you're someone with multiple passions in life, like me, then it's going to be really hard to show up online. So when I tried to niche down at the beginning of my journey, I was only talking about mindset stuff on Instagram, and I didn't feel comfortable showing up just talking about that, so I actually had given up in trying to grow on Instagram. But then when I found Medium, which is a blogging platform, that has let me explore all of my interests. So I started writing about relationship, finance, changing career paths. Suddenly I started to thrive because I was able to explore and express all my interests in one platform. Your goal as a new creator is to put your ideas out there. So if you put yourself in a box and niching down, you're not doing yourself a favor. So you have to let yourself explore all the interests that you want and create content based on your interests. So the second reason why niching down won't work is because you're going to struggle if you don't know who you're talking to. Niching down doesn't mean focusing on one topic or one industry. It means that you know exactly who you're targeting, who you're talking to. If you don't know who you're targeting because you're a new creator, how can you possibly niche down? It makes zero sense. So it's better if you use your content to guide you to whatever problem you're going to try to solve with, instead of looking at it as a big picture. For example, in this article, I talked about the things I did to pay off your student loans in 2 years. In this article, I talked about it's okay to change your mind about your career. In this article, I'm talking about money, while the other one I'm talking about career path. These are 2 different niches, but both of these articles did well on Medium. And finally, the third reason of why niching down doesn't work is just because if that's not the kind of person you are, it's just not gonna work. As I mentioned, I have multiple passions in life. I like music, I like traveling, I like making art, writing, making videos, and all of this is just the kind of person that I am. I like to dab into different things all at once. When the experts or gurus tell you that you have to niche down, and then they also tell you that you have to be yourself, be authentic, and you're gonna be fine, it makes zero sense. Now that we're done with all the reasons, let's talk about what to do instead. The first thing that you want to do is to create content that lights you up. We've talked about this. Your interest is what's going to make people interested in you. People can feel the energy when they consume content. If you're still here, then you probably like my energy, you like the way that I'm speaking, or something about me is attracting you. So it's the same thing when you start creating your content. The way that you show up to create your content is the way that people are going to feel it. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really excited about this topic because it's a topic that I really care about. But if you're not excited about the topic that you're talking about, then that's not going to translate into whatever content you do, whether that's writing or making videos or even podcasting. They're not going to trust you because if you're not feeling aligned to what you're talking about, people will be able to tell. I think that it's a very subconscious thing. We can feel it. It's in our gut. So how do you create content that lights you up? First, you have to learn all your interests, and second, start creating content about them. So it doesn't matter what they are. If you start creating content that you thought you were gonna like and then not end up liking it, that's totally fine. That's what happened to me. I started creating content on money and finance because I thought, oh, I'm good at managing my money, so let me start creating content about that. And I thought that was gonna be my niche, but it turns out it's not. I wrote maybe 2 pieces about it and then I moved on. Now I write topics on mindset and self-development and freelancing, because those are the things that are happening in my life right now. So the good thing about this strategy is that when you create content that lights you up, even if you didn't go viral, or if you did go viral, at least you know that it's around your interests that you created content on, instead of following the trend or doing what everyone else is doing because it's popular. I feel that you're creating content because it's true to you versus because it's what's popular right now. The second thing that you need to do is pick a platform that you will thrive on. Whatever platform you choose, whether that's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Medium, Twitter, you have a chance of being successful in them. But it's more important for you to figure out what suits your personality. So for me, I tried TikTok last year. I really gave it my best. I tried to create content there every day for 30 days. I found that it wasn't working for me. I don't know what it is, but I just found that I didn't like consuming on TikTok, and I didn't like creating content on TikTok. Even though TikTok is such a popular platform, it's not working for me. It's not working for my personality, my lifestyle, my values. So it makes no sense to keep pushing it. If I try to force it, it's gonna show that I'm only doing it for whatever reason. It's not really because it's true to me. It's not because I genuinely like it. Versus when I create content on Medium, I genuinely like writing there. I genuinely love reading stories there. So even though Medium is not as popular as TikTok, I still show up there and I'm consistent there because it's working out for me. I think that's why people become inconsistent in the platforms that they choose. It's because something about that platform isn't working out for them, and I think that's why it's so important for you to pick a platform that you're gonna thrive on. How do you start picking a platform that works for you? I'm gonna use this example that I have in the workbook that I recently made. So pick a platform that you would be interested in, and then rate how it makes you feel to consume in each platform, and then write the feeling that it makes you feel when you're consuming in that platform. So does it make you feel anxious? Does it make you feel excited? Does it make you want to jump and create content yourself? You have to really figure out whether this platform is working out for you or not, because there's at least 10 popular platforms right now, but again, it's important that you pick the one that's working for you. To figure out whether this platform is working out for you, try creating content in this platform for 30 days. You're not gonna grow in 30 days, I'm not saying that, but you're gonna get the habit of creating content. If you want to be a content creator and an online business owner, then the habit of creating content is probably one of the most important things that you're gonna need to do. So you might as well get started now and figure it out early on. The third thing that you need to do is to make noise and listen for signals. So this is a very popular term coined by Jack Butcher, who the premise is that when you create content, you're making noise and you're putting your ideas out there. You are testing different ideas, whatever your interest is in. And then over time, once you create enough content, you can gather some data. So now you're listening for signal. You're looking at your data in a more experimental way versus in a personal way. What I mean by that, instead of looking at this post as, oh my god, nobody liked it, that must mean I'm a terrible writer, you look at it from a standpoint of, okay, this piece didn't work well, let me try another piece and let me try again. Over time, you'll have content that will do well, and you're gonna be looking at it and be like, what is it about that content that it went well? Was it the headline? Was it the way I formatted it? Was it the colors? Was it the images? You can gather data and figure out what's resonating with people. So let's say you've been creating content for about 6 months in a very consistent manner, and then after 6 months you look at your data and figure out all the topics that you love talking about because you followed your interests first, and then you'll have topics that were really resonating with people based on likes, shares, DMs, and over time you'll find that sweet spot of creating content that you love to make and content that people love to hear from you. The important thing is that you create content or make noise for about 6 months to 1 year without analyzing the data, without expectations, without taking things personally, because at the beginning you're a nobody. So if nobody reads your content, that's totally fine because you're a nobody. So that's where you have to start thinking, how do I make people listen to me? Just as a side note, I did this 30-day analyzing data when I joined a 30-day writing program back in February called Ship 30 for 30. By the end of the 30-day writing challenge, I had a whole Excel sheet that helped me figure out what kind of topics people like from me, and that's when I figured out that people love when I talked about mindset, writing. Now I explore topics on being a multi-passionate creator, which is a creative creator who has multiple passions online. So this is all an experiment, especially if you're a new creator, you have to treat everything as an experiment. Now let's move on to part 3. When is it appropriate to niche down? I believe that there's 3 ways that you can niche down. Number 1 is in your own content, which I will explain in a second, if you have a product or if you have a service. So if you have a business, basically. So let's get through each one by one. I don't mean to niche down in your content strategy. I mean to niche down on your specific content. Let's say, for example, you want to start writing an article or creating a YouTube video on how to start journaling. And in this piece of content, you're niching down in a way where you're talking to someone who has zero idea on how to start journaling. So you're not talking to someone who has advanced or intermediate level of journaling. You're talking to someone who's very new, who has a very different perspective of what journaling is. So you might know how to journal, but this person doesn't. When you're talking to someone who's a beginner level, you're gonna use words or language that's kind of appropriate for them. So you're not gonna use words that's gonna scare them. So in a way, you have niche down in your specific content because you're helping them solve a problem. The second way to niche down is if you're having a product. So when you have a digital product, you want to be specific on who that product is for. So for example, there's this girl on Twitter that I follow. Her name is Steph Smith, and she has an ebook called Doing Content Right. And just from that title, you know exactly who this product is for. It's someone who wants to do content right on the internet, online. So she's helping new bloggers like myself create a successful blog. So this product is specifically targeted towards people like me who wants a blog and who doesn't know how to stand out in their blog, but not really like people who want to grow from 0 to 100k views per year kind of thing. So she's not going to be targeting people who have 1 million views. This specific product that she's selling online is a product that's targeted towards me. So in a way, she has niche down. Lastly, it's okay to niche down when you have a service. So I'm going to use myself as an example. Even though I don't have a niche in my online persona, or maybe my niche is that I don't have a niche. Anyway, since I became a freelance writer, I have actually niched down. What does that mean? I only write blog articles and social media copy. I don't write newsletter. I don't do copywriting. I don't do a lot of things. So those are the services that I created. And also I only serve clients who are creators or who are serving creators. For example, one of my clients, which is Gumroad, helps creators make their first dollar on the internet. I'm not going to be a freelance writer for brands like Nike because I have no personal interest in writing content that are for fitness people. So in a way, I have niched down as a freelance writer. I'm only offering specific services to very specific people. Those topics are the topics I'm very comfortable in writing about. I'm not going to take on projects that are outside of that constraint. I really hope that this video has helped you in some way because it was very confusing at the beginning, and especially I didn't know how to make it work with someone like me who's a multi-passionate creator. And if there's anything that makes no sense, let me know in the comments down below. I would appreciate it. I will see you in the next video.